Today, Flemington lies quiet, green and inviting. For the first time in years, the men at Arden Street have had nothing to celebrate and plenty to ponder. Commerce has ground to a halt, the docklands silent. Up the revitalised Maribyrnong River past fishing boats rocking gently at anchor to the western suburbs and the Footscray, home of the Bulldogs. Down the long highway past air bases with grounded jets. Past the rugged landmark known by the Aboriginal name of Yuyangs to Geelong and its quaint ground nestled amid the trees of Cardinia Park. All is silent. Across the heads of Port Phillip Bay, over the treacherous rip to Sorrento, where the first settlers made their home, and soon holidaymakers will invade in their thousands. Around the bayside suburbs, playgrounds of the rich, to Moorabbin, where St Kilda made its home some 15 years ago. Past deserted amusement parks, to a park of another kind. Albert Park, with its ovals at either end. The Lions of Fitzroy and the Swans of South Melbourne glare at each other across a still lake. Down the 12-lane highway, past the halls of Monash to VFL Park, which has played its part already in the drama preparing to unfold. The Dandenong Rangers have watched a city grow at its feet. Today, these towers will beam the triumphs and heartbreaks of young men around the country. We follow the stream on which a city was built, down the Yarra Valley, to the scene of an Olympiad 25 years gone. The thousands are arriving. They have been since dawn. They have congregated at this giant grey coliseum for the culmination of a football season. They have come from every corner of the country. They have driven from throughout Victoria. And masses have poured in from the suburbs to see the unique happening in Australian football. The time is now for the 1981 VFL Grand Final.
Good afternoon, everyone, wherever you may be around Australia, and welcome to Channel 7's live exclusive coverage of the sporting highlight of the year, the 1981 VFL Grand Final. This year, Carlton versus Collingwood. The weather here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground is as the Bureau has predicted. Fine, but cloud increasing throughout the afternoon with the possibility of some showers a little bit later on in the afternoon. The atmosphere, it's absolutely electric. It's understood that the crowd is in the vicinity at the moment of around 117,000 people. The record won't be broken. That stands at 121,000. Ironically, when these two sides, Carlton and Collingwood, last met in the grand final back in 1970, and of course Collingwood fans will not want to remember that. Will it be a different story today? For his views and the latest what's happening at the moment in the dressing rooms, let's go to the 7 Network's top football commentator and say good afternoon to Lou Richards.
Thank you very much, Sandy. And of course, there's the Carlton dressing rooms, the scene. I should imagine in there would be electric. You can see their captain, Mike Fitzpatrick, in the centre of the activities. And of course, this is the warm-up that gets the players' adrenaline running. And I should imagine the Carlton team would be raring to go, and they've got something to prove, because the last two times that these two sides have met, Collingwood have been the victors. Twice this year, and of course last year in the finals, Collingwood annihilated Carlton. But there they are. You can see them in action. Fitzpatrick jumping all over the place, and of course that's Mackay now knocking the ball out. And let's go across now to the Collingwood dressing rooms, and there we see a few of the players having kicking practice into the net. And the atmosphere is just the same in the Magpie rooms. As I said before, Collingwood have got to prove one thing, that they've got to win a premiership. They haven't won one for 23 years, and they'll be flat out to win it. They're the underdogs at the moment, but once you're out on the ground, everything is even for both teams. But a fantastic crowd here today, and as Sandy Roberts said, around about 117,000, and the atmosphere is electric, and there's nothing better in this world, if you're in the sporting world, to be at the MCG when it's grand final time in Melbourne. Everybody's got grand final fever. A little bit of practice, so that's, I think, young Lovell having a kick at the ball. We see Williams, the star centre player for Collingwood, not the most stylish player in the world, but by golly, he's got a heart as big as the members stand here. Peter Dacos coming into the scene there, and also we see Irwin in the front posse, and at the back is McCormack, my young brother Ron, the assistant coach. A couple of the committee men of the Collingwood Football Club, Mr. Carmody and Mr. McHale. And you can see there that everybody's very tensed up.